Warning: sensitive content.
Murder, the unlawful premeditated killing of one human being by another.
The abortionist uses this clamp to grasp an arm or a leg. Once he has a firm grip, the abortionist pulls hard in order to tear the limb from the body of the baby. One by one, the rest of the limbs are removed, along with other body organs, the intestines, the spine, the heart and the lungs. One needs to crush the skull. And one will know that one has achieved that by observing a yellowish, creamy fluid moving through the cervix. That will be the brains of the baby. The abortionist then will collect the various parts of the body and reassemble them to check that there are 2 arms, 2 legs, and so on.
When you have a day like I had a lot of times, sometimes a little face comes back and stares back at you. You know, after over 1,200 abortions, for the first time in my life, I really looked. I really looked at that pile of body parts on the side of the table. And I didn't see her wonderful right to choose, and I didn't see all the money I just made. All I could see was somebody's son or daughter. And I stopped doing late-term abortions after that, and several months later stopped doing all abortions.
The biggest regret of my life is having had my abortion. Initially there's relief because your problem is gone, and you feel like everything is going to be fine, your life will get back to normal. But very soon afterwards I began to realize that was not the case for me. I had an emptiness inside, like there was something missing. I had terrible grief, terrible guilt, terrible shame. It's very shaming. I suppose my right to choose took away the right to live for my child. And I wish that I had realized and known that somebody had sat with me and encouraged me to give life to my child. There are so many families out there who can't have babies of their own, who would just love to adopt a child.
The very definition of love is a birth mother's love that she has for her unborn child. When she chooses adoption as the option for that child, after a few years of trying to have children on her own, it just wasn't happening. And so the next step naturally for me was to turn to adoption. So Kayla Elizabeth is our eldest daughter. She's 9 years old. She became our forever daughter at 12 weeks of age, and she has brought so much joy into our lives. Birth mothers may feel that they're being judged or that they are viewed as being selfish and irresponsible in choosing adoption, but it's actually the opposite. They are mature and wise beyond their years, and they're able to make a decision that with the child's needs placed first, and it's all driven by the love that they have for their unborn child. There are hundreds of families waiting to adopt, and they're just longing to be called mom, be called dad. I would also like to say to women out there who perhaps carrying a baby that's been diagnosed with Down syndrome or health concerns that there are many families who are waiting to adopt babies with exactly that, Down syndrome and health concerns, and those babies are wanted. Adoptive parents never doubt that the birth mother doesn't love the child, and that's not the reason that they're giving this baby up. It's the opposite. We know how much you love your unborn child, and we remember that always, every time we look into the eyes of our child.
Stop abortion. It's murder. It's against God's law. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.